Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to create the structure of this search bar from scratch using just HTML and CSS. Now let's get right into the video. So in the VS Code workspace, all we need is our HTML document, and inside it we have this pre-written code for a standard HTML5 document. In the head section, we have the title of the project, which is search bar, and then a script tag that I copied from Font Awesome that will allow you to embed icons in your project. Now, I have a video explaining vividly how we can do this. Feel free to go and check it out. There is a link in the description. And then you have a link to the CSS file, style.css. The CSS file is empty. We later set styles for it. And then we also use this background image as the background of the body. So in the body of the HTML document, first create a div section with the class name of wrapper. This will be the containing div for all elements. Next, we add in an input element with a type attribute of text and a placeholder text of ask me anything. Still in the wrapper, they will add a button. And the content of this button will go to the website of Font Awesome. And then search for the paper plane icon. And you paste the I element into the button. And this will be the button that will submit whatever we type inside the search bar. And this will be it for the markup of our project. Now the CSS file, let's add some styles. So first select all elements to the global element selector and reset the margin, the padding, and set the box sizing to border box. Next, we start the body. So with the body, we give it a minimum height of 100 VH. And then set the display to flex. The justifier content to center. And the align items also to center. And this is centrally placed the search bar. Now we give the body a background of the image I initially showed you. So with the URL, the file name of the image is background.jpg. So that's what we are going to type into it. And this is what we have. Next, we start the wrapper itself. So with the wrapper class name, first add a border so we can see it well. Then you give it a width of 90%. That is 90% of the total width of the viewport and a maximum width of 600 pixels. Meaning if 90% of the total width of the viewport is more than 600 pixels, we don't go further than the 600 pixels. So this is what we have. This will make it responsive to all screen sizes. And give it a height of 100 pixels. Next, we add a box shadow to it. And then we give the border a radius of 50 pixels. Next, we add a padding of 10 pixels for all sides and set the position of the wrapper to relative. Now we can change the background by giving it a linear gradient, which will be to the right, so a red color from the left, and to the right we get a black color. Now we can decrease the opacity of the colors. Next, we start the input field inside the wrapper div. So in my wrapper div, any input element, first give it a width and height of 100% each. Remove the border and also remove the outlines when you click inside the input field. Next, change the background color to black. and the text color, change it to white. Now the black, we decrease the opacity a bit also. Then with the input, we give it a border radius of 50 pixels, and we increase the font size to 1.5 em. Then we can add a padding of 25 pixels to the inside of the input field. Now with the input, when you click inside it, it targets that with the focus pseudo class. When you click inside it, you deepen the background color. And then we add a box shadow to the input field itself also. And you can go into the input field and add a transition of 0.3 seconds to it. Then we can have a smooth transition between the styles. Next, we start a button. So with the wrapper div, any buttons, set the position to absolute to take it out of the normal flow of the document. And because initially we set the position of the wrapper div to relative, then our button will stick towards the wrapper div. Now the top position, set it to 50%, so it can be in the middle. But for it to be positioned in the middle vertically, we add a transform property to translate Y by negative 50%. And this will place it centrally in a vertical direction. Then with the right positioning, set it to 40 pixels. Now set the background to transparent. And the color itself, set it to white. Now remove the border. We don't need it. And increase the font size to 1.5 em. Then when you hover over it, set the cursor to pointer. Now when you hover over the button, what should happen to our icon itself? So when you hover over the button, the eye elements, we increase the size by setting the transform property to scale by 1.2. Now with the eye element, we add a transition to it, a transition of 0.3 seconds, so we can have a smooth transition when it is increasing in size. Then finally, we can go back to our wrapper div and remove the border. We don't need it. And yeah, this is how to create a simple search bar from scratch using HTML and CSS. Now with JavaScript, we can add functionality to this search bar. But in this video, we just looked at how we can create the structure of it using HTML and CSS. I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video if it helps you out. Now let me know in the comments any help you need, and I'll be willing and glad to help you solve it. I'll see you in the next tutorial.